For updates on sports stories across the globe, Aaron Akerejola joins us. Good morning, Aaron.
Yes, a very good morning to you, Ayo. Good morning to you, Vimbai. Good morning to you, Rufai.
Aaron, morning. Yeah.
No, I'm not boycotting, but...
He has a new haircut, so there's something
Okay.
New haircut, nice, shaped beard as well today. I noticed.
Okay, let's get into this. One of a sporting event I look forward to. It's sporting event.
Valentine haircut.
Yes, it's sporting event I look forward to.
Bazanda.
Of course, in my calendar is the Lagos City Marathon, and the 2025 edition will be holding tomorrow. And a lot is expected because this is the 10th edition. They are gunning for a platinum label, and they will be hoping that they can get the time to be able to push for a platinum label. But this has been massive because we must commend Bukola Olopade for ensuring and showing and opening the eyes of people that you do not need to do that. Of course, this was 2 years ago. Yeah. So this, of course, okay, a lot has changed. I've dropped quite a number of, and about the weight, yes, and we're going to move. Yes, the baby weight is good. Permit me to say that. Then we will be running this time around. If they can take it back a little before we talk about this. Yeah. So we are expecting massive turnout this year, because a lot is expected, and this is a marquee race. And what Bukola Olopade has done is to open the eyes of sports people, talking about President of the Sports Federation, that you can make money if a particular sporting event is properly marketed. And this is a testament to what they've done over the years. From adults down to children, like we've just seen, actually will be participating in this year's edition. Of course, a massive homage will be paid to the late Albert Wigwe, who was a major pioneer of ensuring that this race got to dizzy heights. All right, trying to press it further. Of course, I've spoken about the race, but there's some few information, if they can actually help us with that, of course, concerning the race and how things would actually play out. And of course, it will be starting at the National Stadium for those professionals that will be running 42 kilometers to be starting at the National Stadium. For those that just want to run for different charities or for different causes, to be starting in Lekki Phase 1, 10-kilometer race. So several of the roads will be blocked, and this is the part that irks Lagosians, because the activities will be messed up for tomorrow. For those trying to come to the island, or for those on the island trying to go into the mainland, or for those on the island trying to move around, of course, there will be massive restriction tomorrow. So everything to the convergent point and the melting pot will be Eco Atlantic City for the marathon. Away from that, quickly, now let's move to the Europa League, where the likes of where we saw some teams rise to the fore and others actually fall by the wayside. Some of the results that actually came in, Fenerbahce having a massive win, and one of the star matches of yesterday was the game at the Dragao between FC Porto and AS Roma, which ended 1 apiece. FC Twente beating Bodo Glimt 2-1, and not forgetting FC Midtjylland losing to Real Sociedad 2-1. Okay, away from the Europa League, Rufai, football and money is synonymous. We spoke about the fact that billionaires play toys, or billionaires' opportunity to probably flex their muscles has always been in sports. And this time around, the Arnold family, for those that do not know them, they control, they control the LVMH, yes, Louis Vuitton, the Moet Chandon.
Over 80 luxury brands.
So they actually put their money where their mouth is and bought majority stake in Paris FC. Yeah. And as it stands right now, they are gunning for promotion. And if they do that in the summer, literally they will be next door neighbors to Paris Saint-Germain. That is the actual picture of both stadiums. And a lot of people in Paris are saying that this will be remarkable because Paris Saint-Germain Stadium, the Parc des Princes, is just behind the Burning, just Probably meters away.
That's good rivalry.
Meters
I love
away.
it.
And-
Bring it on.
All right.
Ici c'est Paris.
Okay, let's see how we
Ici c'est Paris.
Let's see how it goes. And later on in the year, we'll be expecting the Flying Eagles to be in action in the Under-20 CAF competition. And the Flying Eagles have not been gifted the best of groups. Some are calling the group of death that has Egypt, South Africa, and Morocco. So let's see how the Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations will be heating up. And in the Nigerian Premier League, Kwara United beat 3SC in the Premier League 2-0. And certainly, we're not getting as much coverage as we should have, rather. But one thing is certain, things are in the works to ensure that more people get to see this. Not just people that can't make it into the stadium, but Nigerians the world over. And finally, they're not so. Since in the last 18 hours, a lot of people have been sweating out the thought of what will happen to Arsenal this season because they've hit a huge snag. Yeah. This is how it actually plays out right now. Below are the strikers in Arsenal that are injured. Gabriel Jesus, Gabriel Martinelli, Bukayo Saka, and Kai Havertz being the latest. It's been confirmed he's going to undergo surgery. And they are just left with Leandro Trossard, Raheem Sterling, and Ethan Nwaneri. Can these guys lead the Gunners to that very elusive Premier League title is the big question. And people are beginning to ask questions about Mikel Arteta and the fact that he had an opportunity in the winter transfer window and also in the summer transfer window to buy a striker to strengthen the squad. And he decided not to take that option. And this is how they are likely to line up right now. You can see in the midfield, they are quite heavy, and they have some heavy hitters there. But up front, where it matters the most, in the final third, where the men should do the business, they look like paperweights at the moment.
Oh, wow.
Big question. Big question mark.
Now, wow.
All right, should I go first? Just to talk about Arsenal.
Yes.
So even before Havertz, was knocked out because of injury, a lot of people had said that. What was Arteta waiting for?
Yeah.
Why didn't he use January window to get a striker? In fact, in the previous games, we had said that we're missing a striker, and that was very critical to the match. So it's now played out to see why you need insurance in quotes. Nwaneri is very young. I don't know to what he's played very well. He's done quite well in this season.
He's still young.
He's still fresh. I don't know to what extent. Trossard, I don't see it as a formidable team, but this is football. Anything can happen. That's why it's called beautiful game. So even this kind of team might just do some wonder and actually be the one to take Arsenal to its glory. So I'm not going to say no yet, but I just think that Arteta missed an opportunity, and I hope that opportunity he missed would not be a miss for him on his continuation or in his continuation as coach. With regards to the Lagos City Marathon, let me just assure people out there, yes, it can be disruptive, However, the Lagos State Commissioner for Transport has come out with travel advisory. So avoid 3rd Mainland Bridge. It's going to go from 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. Most traffic has been routed through Eko Bridge, and I know that it is very excellently managed by Access Bank, who is a headline sponsor, and of course, the Lagos State government.
You just on Lagos City Marathon very quickly.
Look at that
It's so cute, right? It's one of the most challenging routes around, specifically because it's highly urban, and then we know the weather, humidity plus heat combined. But the Kenyans seem to always
you had to just rub that in. You have to always remind us
that they always come prepared. So I've been looking forward. That's what I'm looking out for this year, is to see how much closer to the front a Nigerian can finish this time around.
They're going to take it again. I want to bring up a matter. NPFL. The decision taken by NPFL against clubs like Nasarawa United and Bender United, Bender Insurance on point deduction were upturned by NFF's disciplinary committee, citing insufficient evidence. You see, if we want to make this league a joke, let's make it a joke. What is insufficient evidence? Didn't we see the brutalization of the Rivers United person? What happened transpired against Nasarawa? Did we see that video evidence? Is the video evidence not there?
So now, Rufai, speaking about that, I will still say this. A lot of people have called it barbaric, the fact that boardroom points are always awarded and people win leagues, literally, in Nigeria, in the boardroom, instead of on the pitch of play. And the more we go away, when we can move away from that particular trend, is when we arise and step into the light, literally. As we speak right now, that has happened time and time again, whereby something just happens and probably act of man, and you say, okay, no, you decide, since the match ended this way, you don't get any point, this gets 3 points. And sometimes it's always very suspicious.
So there are no penalties. When people like Sammy are beaten in the stadium,
I think
there are no penalties. There should not be any penalties.
No, there
right?
should be. No, there should
so
be.
People
No,
that
Rufai.
Rufai.
What I'm saying is
okay.
this. Rufai, what I'm saying is this.
Yeah.
Whatever should happen, and penalties, and if you're going to reprimand any team or any coach or any player or any fan.
So what should be the reprimand for that team when their fans cause trouble?
It should not be. No, the point is, it should not be at the expense of any 3 points.
Okay, we'll go.
It should be. It should be probably
So
monetary.
What's the reprimand?
If we should go with monetary.
How much should they charge them?
I don't know. It's at the discretion of the
We're
board.
about to
Tell
go
us.
the weekend.
Think about it and come back and tell us. Really?
All right.